some dignitaries as well that have arrived already. Some of the ambassadors and high commissioners as well are here. And so it means that we're raring to go.
Yes.
And you hear Michelle on stage saying that we're moments away from the official start to the opening
Yes,
ceremony.
just moments, and indeed we've been seeing really just many persons coming out. You know, Mr. Baksh mentioned that they're coming in slowly, but not so slowly. We're now pretty much filled up. There is still a little bit of space for you to join us, but of course you want to make sure that you're coming in quickly if you'd like to be here in person.
And one of the section that I think is going to be a crowd pleaser or a favorite is
Yeah.
we had it on screen a little while ago. Those cars that are behind us.
Ah,
Some
yes.
really classic cars. You
Yes.
got the classic ones and then you got the modern ones.
Yes.
And as you know, Guyana just inked an agreement to have the
Yeah.
F3 championships
Yes.
here at our South Dakota circuit.
Yes.
Which is quite important and significant because as a nation, a very small nation like us, hosting such a beloved tournament and
Yes.
championship, you
Yeah.
know, that in itself speaks to our prowess and the fact that we're really making inroads rather in non-traditional sectors.
Yes,
We got
so
some
true.
amazing races out here, we
Yeah.
must say that. But to be able to host a championship like the F3 is quite a feat.
Yes.
And these cars here, classic ones, as you know, that are behind us. This morning on Ghana Today, they were talking about the Morris Oxford.
Yes.
One of the strongest vehicles that we know that exists. And some of them are right here behind us.
Yes, indeed. And you know, we were talking a lot about sport tourism, like you mentioned, making inroads into new territories. And really, with the Grand Prix coming up in July, it's going to be very exciting to see that roll out.
Very, very exciting to see that indeed. So we're counting down to the official start or the opening ceremony here at the National Stadium. We mentioned sound, soul, but we can't forget Guyanese taste.
Oh, boy.
There's absolutely nothing like it. From our pepper pot to our cook-up rice or metamji curry and chicken or chicken curry to everything Guyanese.
Yeah.
You know, our food is one of those things that is loved and loved the world over.
Yes.
When you travel the world, you may sample some of the food from wherever you may go.
Yeah.
You always have a longing for Guyanese flavor.
Longing for home,
they say
home
the
cooked
seasoning is
food.
what gives us that unique taste
Yes.
and blend.
Yeah.
And I think it's something special.
Yes, indeed. And the thing is about our food is that it helps to bring us together. Everybody, regardless of which nation they're from, can enjoy a good pot of cook-up,
Of
some
course.
good pepper pot on Christmas morning, and that does not have to do with the texture of your hair or the color of your skin.
Of course not. And that's going to be on showcase as well because
Absolutely.
we do have that cookout segment that's going to be happening here at the National Stadium. So there's every single thing that will be done. You have the arts, the craft, you have the culinary aspect as well. And then you do have these performances, like I mentioned, at the Happening Night of Legends, One Ghana Mega Concert. But I think for me, what will really highlight our culture is those things. The poetry night, the comedy jam, and the drama festival.
Yeah.
Where storytelling is going to be very important. Telling key aspects or bits and pieces of our history as a people.
Yeah.
And how far we've come.
Indeed. And you know, the theme, sound, soul, and taste, really the soul of a nation is our cultural prowess. And, you know, it's going to be really exciting to see that. But of course, we've got a very special person joining us now and decked in a very special outfit. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
How are you today? And tell us where you're from.
My name is Pauline Chance. I'm 59 years of age. I'm from Kabakaburi Mission up Pomeroon River. And this is going to be the third time I come out. I'm so happy to be 60 years independent and be here. I'm feel so excited. I make handicraft. I have like hammock, ducks, fan. I have like cassava bread. I have like coconut oil, carriage rib, the cassava carriage rib. You know, I do a lot of stuff. I make my headdress myself.
Oh my goodness, so fantastic. What does it mean for you to be at an event like this? Of course, we're celebrating our 60th anniversary. What does it mean for you to be here?
Because just be happy. This is the time when I get my sales. I don't have a craft shop as yet. So when I come out, you know, I expect I expect sales then. So, you know, it has be good for me. Yes, when I come out because it has be hard. We're telling the interior, so we're glad to come out and then we meet new friends. And then we meet new customers too. Yeah, so, you know, that's make me more excited.
Absolutely. Tell us about your lovely outfit.
Okay, this is TB series skirt, and we use the dye. This is the bra, and this is the chain. With it, this is a Powys feather and the maca feather. So the black and the white is Powys, and also this maca and this they have the Powys hair. I made it myself.
Oh, fantastic. And I can see some markings on your face. Did you do those yourself, and what's the significance of it?
Well, it's significance for the Amerindian indigenous people because alone we were the first indigenous people. You know, so I was telling them when we came in here, as we were the first indigenous people, they expect we for at the front, but we are at the last, third, 10th. But you know, I'm glad. So I be excited when I came out here. And then I said, I'm not coming out because I'm going to come and everything finished. But when I came here, I saw the guy come up to me and he says, good afternoon. You have a beautiful outfit and I want you to say something. So, you know, I come out in the right time still, you know, I'm so happy.
And I'm so happy that you're able to join us. Absolutely beautiful outfit, and indeed wishing you all the very best for the festival.
Thank you so much.
All right, of course, we've been chatting with this special lady, showing us her beautiful outfit and coming from a very far, but of course, wishing her the best as she continues through the festival. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, you see the fan? We strip the TBC out of these, and then we don't throw it away because we do the fans with it. Yes, it's fun. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for that. Of course, showing elements of our culture and that beautiful outfit there, Lyndon. My goodness, fantastic
And
stuff.
that's what we're talking about when we're talking about this Guyana festival. You know, a pretty interesting conversation. And
Yeah.
one of the things I like this morning on Guyana Today, we had the Kada culture group that
Yeah.
was on our program with Mr. Alicock. And Mr. Alicock really passionate about not just the preservation of culture, but ensuring that our young people are meaningfully engaged and that there is a channel or
Yeah.
some mechanism that allows our young people to be given the opportunities for exposure.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to see a lot of that here. A lot of the folks who are going to be performing on the stage at the National Stadium or in the different tents may not even thought years ago that they would have been involved in some of
Yes.
the activities that they're involved in.
Indeed.
And I think when you look at what we have to offer as a people in terms of our culture and that type of thing, it's really phenomenal to see that our young people are embracing that.
Yeah.
Because the continuation of our culture depends on the next generation and they
Indeed.
must buy into that.
Yes.
So I think it's important when you see our young people being involved in various aspects of our culture. The young woman you were talking to a little while ago, I had an opportunity to speak with somebody from St. Cuthbert Mission a few months ago, and she was telling me and talking about the young people not being too eager to learn to do the TBC and stuff like that. But these things are important because if
Indeed.
we're talking about the preservation of our culture, we're talking 6 years of transformation or independence. The next 60 years, we want this to continue. So we must have our young people buy into it. And that's why I'm
Absolutely.
happy that our school kids are here. And a lot of the youngsters that we're seeing here at the National Stadium are here. So I'm happy to see that.
Indeed, and you know, I'm happy you mentioned the group that was on
The
the show
Kada, yeah.
this morning, Kada Culture Group. When we were talking with Mr. Alicock, I could really sense, you know, the passion in him, especially for the young people. And indeed, what you're saying is so true because that for that continuity and sustainability, you have to be able to pass that on. And he really stressed on the ability to preserve our culture,
Yeah.
and that's something that we want to see a lot more of, not just among our indigenous groups, but all across our nation. And of course, our young people learning those recipes, learning to craft those pieces, because of course, when the persons who would know how to do these things have passed on,
Yeah.
then we also need to be able to carry that on.
So we're hearing the drumming in the background, which means that the Parade of Nations is just about to get underway. And on your screens, you're seeing there the arrival of the Prime Minister of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, the Honorable Brigadier retired Brigadier Mark Phillips. He is making his way into the the venue, which
Yes.
means that the president is not too far away, and which means that they're going to kickstart the Parade of Nations and the official opening ceremony beginning not too long after.
Absolutely. The excitement is building, folks. And of course, like you mentioned, Linden, the program will begin in a short while once, of course, all of our VVIPs have arrived. And we'll continue to bring you that coverage, of course. Stay tuned and as that program begins.
Yeah, like I mentioned, it means that the president is not too far away.
Yeah.
And like you mentioned, this is not the first Guyana festival. We had a 12-year hiatus. So it means that it's got on the way first in 2014. So 12 years ago is a very long time, but I think it's fitting, since we're celebrating our Diamond Jubilee this year, that we get back to that and really celebrating that aspect of who we are as a people. Yes, we talk about all the infrastructural transformation that we see happening around, but again, I think this is important because we have evolved in terms of our culture, but the preservation of the roots of it is still there, and that is what is important, because there's nothing like who we are as a people. Like I mentioned, on our Guyanese-ness, as I like to say, is worth celebrating. Look at that.
Guyanese-ness.
Different groups being represented there and lined up waiting to get in. We got the African group represented, the Chinese, the Indians, Europeans, the Portuguese, the Amerindian group as well represented there. And we are 6 people strong.
Yes, indeed. You know, this is a great opportunity for you to come out with your family, friends, bring out the little ones in particular, because it's going to be a weekend packed full of amazing, amazing expressions of our culture in every way possible. And you know, you're mentioning those groups. We can see the colors, everybody waving the golden arrowhead, and we're so proud of that. Whenever you see that symbol, you have that sense of pride being engendered. And so when we see that Parade of Nations, as that comes up, at the time when it comes up, I'm pretty sure that everybody who is here and witnessing will be sensing that pride in that moment as well.
Yeah, you're talking about pride. Look at what is on your screen at the moment. It's the traditional way of making roti.
Yes.
Making roti and puri has evolved over the years. We know making roti as in you have your tower, and you put your roti on the tower. When it's done, you flip it over. Once it's done, you clap it with your hands. Roti has evolved over the years. You talk about evolution.
I don't know. Do people still clap roti? Oh my goodness.
That's the evolution of making roti and puri.
Yes.
So that is fantastic. I like to see this, and I know this is going to be a big thing here. But food being prepared right before your eyes, especially something like roti and puri.
Yeah.
Not easy to do, but we're having all that right here. You got pilari, I saw some of that earlier.
Yeah.
We've got the cassava bread, we've got pepper pot.
Yes.
We've got some good metimji and kanki and cook-up rice and curry and chicken, whatever it is you're looking for. Chow mein, all those things are going to be displayed here at the National Stadium as we talk about Guyana Festival 2026.
Indeed. You know, once you come down to the Guyana Festival this year, there's so much that you can expect. And as you were talking about food, I remember a conversation that we were having earlier over on radio on Real Talk. We were talking about foods and snacks and sweets and things from way back when that people don't really see so much these days, or maybe don't know where to get them from, or don't know how to make them. So that's one of the experiences that I'm certainly looking forward to from this year, and it's experiencing those things that maybe have evolved over the years, and
or
maybe we don't, or remain the same.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. In terms of remaining the same, and the preservation of the culture and the history is important. We hear Dave Martin's song being played currently on the stage, and I think it's quite symbolic that we are talking about Guyana Festival and our independence, because we know recently we had representation at the International Court of Justice because of that ongoing border controversy with Venezuela. And I think this is fitting. You know, we look at, and I talked about the resilience earlier of our people. This in itself shows that resilience, that we can have everything Guyanese in one place, in one space, making a statement to the world that Guyana is obviously ready for business, because we've seen that with all the investments coming here. Guyana is serious about tourism. Guyana is serious about protecting our borders. And
Absolutely.
protecting us as who we are as a people. And I think that is important.
Indeed. Seeing those purine leaves on the screen there, oh my goodness, that's exciting. But of course, we are awaiting the beginning of the start of this evening's proceedings. Like you can hear in the background, we are awaiting the arrival of His Excellency, and that will take place very, very shortly.
Very, very shortly.
And of course, once he arrives, we get things rolling.
Of course, of course. So again, I like the fact that it's building up. From when I
Yes.
looked across there last, I saw some empty seats. I'm not seeing any empty seats at the moment. I can tell you that for sure. It means that it's filling up nicely here
Yes.
at the National Stadium, and it means that folks are leaving home, leaving work, and getting here. And just in case you haven't, you still have an opportunity. And what I like that the Ministry of Tourism did this year, in terms of the Guyana Festival, is that you have that passport.
Yes.
Guyana passport
Listen to
allows
me.
you to be able to participate in everything that
Yeah.
is happening here at the
Yeah.
National Stadium.
Absolutely.
But you got a chance to win some amazing prizes as
So
well.
here's the thing: you can get your tickets. All right, if you're coming to one event, you know you're just gonna come for one night or one day. Fine, you can get your tickets. But the passport, that gives you all access and a chance to win some fabulous prizes.
Fabulous prizes.
These prizes are not playing this year. All right.
Definitely, and you talk about the whole BYD, you got trips and all that stuff, and some amazing deals as
Yeah.
well. You know, so you can't miss it. You can't
Yeah.
go wrong. You got 3 phenomenal nights out here at the National Stadium, beginning this evening with the opening ceremony, and then tomorrow all through the day and Sunday, you have different aspects of our culture that will be showcased. But like what I mentioned earlier is the cookout
Yeah.
that is going to be happening.
Yes, that's on Sunday.
On Sunday. So that happens, but we're going to be on here. Folks mentioned we'll be bringing you coverage of
Yes.
different aspects of our culture because we don't want you to miss anything.
We don't
'Cause
want
we
you to
know
miss
we got
it.
people in the diaspora that are watching us as well.
Yes.
They might have wanted to come home.
Oh
but
my
they can't
goodness.
Come home.
We're
So
feeling
gonna
it
bring
for you.
Everything for you.
Absolutely, and we are so happy to be able to bring you that coverage. But of course, we're talking about that passport, and don't feel as though you might not be coming every day. There are several benefits to be had from getting your passport. In addition to those fabulous prizes, you also have the opportunity to redeem some coupons and discounts from select stores that have already been identified.
Yeah.
And so, if you have one of those passports, you've got a good weekend up ahead of you.
Definitely. A fantastic weekend up ahead. And we are waiting the arrival of the President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. And once he arrives, those folks that you see lined up there for the Parade of Nations will kickstart the official opening ceremony. You see the drummers, the Tasta drummers.
Moving into
and we're gonna
position.
see a fusion of drummers or
Yes.
drumming this evening with the Tasta drumming, the comfort drums. All of those will be fused together to give you that amazing Guyanese sound to lead that Parade of Nations.
Yeah.
And again, for me, I'm looking at that and I sense the history, the richness of the history. 6 nations coming into the national park. We came from all over the world, whether in Europe, in Africa, in Asia. We came from all over the world. And we are here standing strong as one people, one nation with one destiny, as the president touts, the one Guyana. And I think that you're going to see making entrance into the National Stadium will be representative of that One Guyana initiative.
Indeed, and you mentioned the drumming. This is something that I actually have been seeing quite a few times over our national events, and it really is very special because drums in particular, and when we talk about music, that's one of the things that unifies people, and especially here in Guyana, that's something that we've been seeing pulling folks together. Persons of a particular nation might be gravitating to something that is maybe not common for their grouping. But you've been seeing people crossing over and fusions and things like that, and it's really very special because it speaks to, or it is a testament of the way we are able to unify as a people. And I think music is one of those powerful tools that we can continue to use to bring us together.
Yeah, and we've seen that. Particularly, again, we hear the songs that talk about Guyana being our own and Esseco being belonging to Guyana.
Oh,
And you talk
absolutely.
about the power of music in that, irrespective of our differences and whatever it is that's happening across this beautiful country of ours, people always unify
Indeed.
and stand firmly behind the fact that we know that Esseco belongs to us. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Yeah.
So you talk about the unifying and the power behind music. but also in terms of the culture. When we leave Guyana on the shores and we go overseas and our athletes represent us internationally, everybody jumps behind the Amazon Warriors or jumps behind our athletes at the Olympics or boxing championships or whatever it is. Everybody jumps behind Guyana because that's who we are as a people.
That's who we are.
The power of the Guyanese-ness that I talk about being represented overseas or anywhere we go.
You can patent that word.
Yeah.
But it's true. And the thing is, we're talking about drumming. I feel like when there's that drumming and when it begins to rise and you hear that sound building, the excitement builds. And so we're going to be experiencing that in just a moment.
In just a moment. We are counting down very, very slowly. And on your screens, you're seeing some of our diplomats and stuff that are here. I just saw a little while ago the U.S. ambassador a little while ago in the crowd. We saw the Canadian High Commissioner. We saw the UK High Commissioner as well here. And the Indian High Commissioner as well I saw a little while ago. So it means that it's not just about Guyanese being here to celebrate Guyana, but our partners as well around the world are ensuring that they come out to celebrate who we are as a people at this Guyana Festival.
Indeed, and recognizing the importance of this moment as we continue to get a little bit closer to that May 26th moment where we celebrate our Diamond Jubilee, 60 years. Like you said earlier, Linda, and this is no small feat, and we certainly have a lot to celebrate. So we have been seeing a star-studded cast coming in, of course, to join in the celebrations. Like you mentioned, we've seen our ministers, members of the diplomatic corps, and we've got persons from all walks of life coming to witness this event. I have seen some of the committee members that we have been chatting with, building on the excitement around this event, and now it's happening. We're here.
It's happening, and like I mentioned this morning, we're just about 10 days away from our Diamond Jubilee in itself, our 60th Independence Anniversary. And this one is going to be special this year. We must take a moment to pause to recognize that, because I know over the years we've tried to take the independence celebrations to different parts of the country, so Guyanese can feel a part of the celebrations and a part of what this journey of how far we've come and where we are today. Because I think it's important that we acknowledge the past, because if we don't acknowledge the past, we won't even have
an appreciation
for today, and then obviously to look forward to the future. So this year is going to be special because we're heading to
Fort Island. My goodness. When I first heard the announcement of this, I'm like, how is this going to happen? But listen, the work has been going in, and it indeed is going to be a very, very special one.
Yeah, very, very special one. I think it's an important statement as well. We're talking 60 years of Guyana's independence. We spoke about that particular controversy that exists with Venezuela in terms of Essequibo region. This year, we're taking it to the heart of Essequibo in Fort Island.
Which is very significant.
Fort Island represents so much for Guyana in itself, because if you look at where we came from, that particular island and the forts there really speaks to how far we've come as a people as well.
Yeah, indeed. And when we have that, or we are at that moment where the flag will be hoisted, my goodness, I can just imagine.
Moment.
Yes, indeed.
Special moment indeed. So the guys will give you a shot of what you can expect when you come down to the National Stadium for the Guyana Festival. We do have an amazing food court that will give you true diversity in terms of our cuisine. You'll be able to get every single thing. I see some sauce.
Yes, when last? Oh my goodness, I don't even remember.
So you're seeing that represented there. So again, you'll have foods from every single group represented here at the National Stadium as we talk about Guyana Festival 2026. So we hear the sirens, so it means that the president is making his way into the National Stadium. And so as the president arrives, I can tell you that we are going to kickstart the Parade of Nations.
And we are in for a treat, yes.
Right, so you see the vehicle making its way into the main area here at the National Stadium, and very, very shortly the doors are opening and you're seeing the First Lady
yes,
making her way out.
Oh, fantastic.
There, and of course waiting, and there he is, the President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, His Excellency Mohamed Fanali, and that signals the official opening ceremony getting on the way, because it's the Parade of Nations, so we'll allow you to enjoy the scenes and sounds here at the Guyana Festival 2026.
Leading the Parade of Nations is His Excellency the President. The Honorable Prime Minister is also part of the parade, and the Minister of Tourism. And we can see our 6 ethnic groups proudly waving the golden arrowhead, making their way past the vintage cars just in front of the welcoming arch. We'll invite all of you to now stand, ladies and gentlemen, as the parade makes its way through the welcoming arch. Guyana marking 60 years of independence. We are honoring our 6 peoples whose histories, whose traditions, whose contributions continue to shape our beautiful country. The fusion of drums accompanying the parade. We remain standing for the national anthem of Guyana. Please be seated as we now invite the ancestral wisdom of our indigenous peoples and the Wapichan Crowdar Culture Group, Karau, from the deep South Rupununi, will lead us in an invocation.
Washanat pan I me washanat pan I pan Maiwanam Eyame Pumakuve Drakar Wakunai pan
This is Homecoming, Guyana's 60th Independence Jubilee.
We'd like to acknowledge Wapichan Elder Uncle Barney at 74 years of age, and perhaps our youngest participant for the opening ceremony, little Angeli at 4 years of age. Can we give them a round of applause, everyone? They gave to us a beautiful spiritual invocation. Your Excellency, Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, First Lady, Mrs. Arya Ali, Honorable Prime Minister of Guyana, Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips, Honorable Minister Ashni Singh, Honorable Minister of Tourism Industry and Commerce, Suzanne Rodriguez, and other members of the Cabinet, members of the Diplomatic Corps, heads of the Joint Services, Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly, Mansour Nader, and our brothers and sisters from all 10 regions of Guyana. Can we give ourselves a round of applause? It's beautiful seeing all of you this evening, as well as all others online across our country and the diaspora. Welcome to
Homecoming. This is one of the highlight events for our 60th Independence Jubilee. If you're happy to be here tonight, let me hear you make some noise. All right, that was a warm-up. So let's do this better. If you're proud to be Guyanese and proud to be here at the Guyana Festival, let me hear you make some noise.
And you have your flags, and we'll encourage you to wave those flags throughout this evening, because this is going to be a program with a difference. Already it started with a difference with that beautiful parade of nations just now as they came in. And this is what this weekend is about. Our people, our music, our culture, our cuisine, as we proudly celebrate 60. And the icing on the cake is that someone can drive away after this weekend with a
BYD. I mean, everything is electric right now, so everyone is all hype about BYD. I mean, I hope that I can win it, and we hope that you have your passports, because this is 3 nights, 1 nation, and 1 unforgettable experience. So if you are still thinking about getting your passports at any of the entrances, and of course there's a long list, you can check out the Guyana Festival Facebook page. As you can see, all the areas or locations that you can uplift one of those passports and be a lucky winner of a BYD 1 Pro.
I think there's a competition between the BYD and the vintage cars. Persons are saying, are the vintage cars up for sale? Well, not sale, but up for grabs as well. Well, we can promise you more than the BYD. We've got tickets, compliments of Caribbean Airlines, and so much more. So we're going to tell you that as we go through this evening. But we do want to encourage you to sit back, relax, enjoy. We've got a rich cultural program in store for you. For those who are now coming in, we welcome you down to the National Stadium. Of course, this is the second edition of the Guyana Festival. You would recall that it was under our president, who was then the Minister of Tourism back in 2014, when we had the first Guyana Festival. And so we are delighted that we can come back here tonight and for the entire weekend as we count down to our Independence anniversary.
Yeah, so it's definitely back and it's bigger than ever. And I'd like to use this opportunity as well to thank our sponsors. We have some corporate sponsors as well as government agencies. So we want to say a little shout out to AGM Inc., one of our gold sponsors, Orinoco Services Inc., silver sponsor, Ansa McCall, Banks DIH Limited, Courts, Star Party Rental, Lima Call, Caribbean Airlines, BYD of course, and Macorp.
To all of our sponsors, we thank you very much for making this weekend possible. Wave your flags again, everybody, because coming up next, we have in store for you a creative change maker in that of Cassie Adams, and she's going to be accompanied by the National Dance Company, and she will give us a rendition of Carissa Couchman's Welcome to Guyana.
Make some noise for Cassie!
Prepared to raise the golden arrowhead. Oh, Guyana, we are one people, one nation, one destiny is how we'll be. To raise the golden arrowhead, you gotta see it for yourself. Raise the golden arrowhead. Oh, Guyana, we love your pride. Raise the golden arrowhead.
Come on, I know we can do better than that. Let's make some noise. So that was Cassie Adams, and she was accompanied by the National Dance Company. Her dress was beautifully designed by one of our Guyanese creatives, Roberto Tika. And of course, there's lots of designs that you'll be able to see here, Michelle. Of course, there's an exhibition. So aside from the stage performances, we encourage you to check out the exhibition. So tell us a little bit about what's in store.
Well, I'll invite everyone to just observe this space for a quick second. Across on your left, which is my right, you can see 3 big tents. In each of those tents, we have amazing activities throughout the weekend. In the first tent, you will be able to go there and learn more and experience the traditions, the contributions, the artifacts of our African brothers and sisters, our Portuguese and our Europeans. In the second tent, you can find the East Indians and the Chinese. And in the third tent, our Amerindian brothers and sisters. There's a historical walk and the movie theater there. And at our exactly behind us, we have the creative arts tent where there's going to be a fascinating display of our arts. Of course, Guyana is known for our creative arts, so drama, poetry, we've got comedy and more happening from as early as this evening and throughout the weekend.
Of course, the Guyana Festival is the sound, it's the soul and the taste of Guyana. So if you truly want to experience Guyana, we encourage you to come down to the National Stadium. As Michelle said, this is just night 1, and this is only the beginning of a fantastic weekend. Of course, tomorrow there's going to be the Night of Legends. So if you want to see our true Guyanese legends, I know I'm definitely going to be here front row for Charmin Blackman, one of my favorite, all-time favorite Guyanese artists. So we invite you to come down, and don't forget to pick up those passports. So at this time, I would like to invite our Honorable Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, Honorable Suzanne Rodriguez, as she delivers remarks. And of course, you have your golden arrowheads in your hand. Be sure to wave them. And because we are proud Guyanese and we want everyone around the world to know that this is Guyana and this is homecoming. So we are here at the Guyana Festival. So let's make some noise as our Honorable Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, makes her way to the stage to deliver remarks at this Guyana Festival opening ceremony.
Your Excellency, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali, Her Excellency, First Lady, Mrs. Arya Ali, Honorable Prime Minister, Brigadier Mark Phillips, members of the Cabinet, Speaker of the National Assembly, members of Parliament, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Chancellor the Honorable Madam Justice Roxanne George Wiltshire, and other members of the Judiciary, Chief of Defense Staff, Brigadier Omar Khan, Commissioner of Police and other heads of the Joint Service, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, and all other permanent secretaries, heads of agencies, representatives of the tourism, business, and creative sectors, our talented cultural performers, vendors, and exhibitors, members of the media, my fellow Guyanese here and in the diaspora, children, visitors, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Guyana Festival 2026. Tonight, we open more than a festival. We come together for a national celebration of identity, heritage, achievement, and possibilities. This evening marks a truly historic moment for our country. After 12 years, the Guyana Festival has returned under the theme Sound, Soul, and Taste. The Guyana Festival occurs during a period of unprecedented transformation in Guyana, a period in which our country is attracting global attention, expanding economically, strengthening internationally, and redefining its place in the world. But even as Guyana grows and modernizes, there is something we must never lose sight of: who we are as a people. That is why this festival matters. This festival is about identity, national pride, and preserving and celebrating everything that defines us as Guyanese. More importantly, this festival represents vision and a deep desire. A vision of His Excellency, Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali, during his tenure as Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, with a clear objective: to create a national event capable of showcasing the very best of Guyana, while positioning our country as a leading cultural and tourism destination in the region, and a desire to bring our people closer together through culture and tradition. The vision was strategic. It recognized that tourism is not only about landscapes and attractions. Tourism is about people, culture, experiences, and identity. It recognized that Guyana's diversity is one of our greatest strengths, and it recognized that culture has economic value. This is more than a festival. This is a national statement, a declaration that Guyana is proud of its people, its culture, and its identity. And at the center of this initiative is a very clear message to Guyanese everywhere: Guyana is transforming. For many Guyanese abroad, Guyana is still the place that shaped their values, their memories, and their identity. This festival creates an opportunity for our diaspora to reconnect, not only with family and friends, but with a nation that is entering a new era of growth and possibility. At the same time, Guyana Festival is also a direct invitation to the international community, to travelers, investors, cultural explorers, and the global tourism industry. We are inviting the world to come and experience Guyana. And increasingly, the world is responding. In 2025, Guyana recorded its highest ever visitor arrivals, welcoming more than 453,000 visitors, a 22% increase over the previous year. That momentum has continued strongly in 2026. Last week, we announced record-breaking visitor arrivals for March 2026, with Guyana welcoming almost 40,000 visitors during that month alone, a 13.3% increase over the same period last year. Those numbers are significant because they reflect growing international confidence in destination Guyana. They reflect confidence in our tourism product, our infrastructure, our hospitality sector, and the future of Guyana. International recognition continues to follow. Global publications, including Bloomberg, Time Magazine, and the New York Times, have all highlighted Guyana as one of the world's emerging tourism destinations. Even the Cheddi Jagan International Airport was recognized as the premier aviation hub in the Caribbean. This recognition reflects the improvements being made to service standards, infrastructure, and visitor experience, reinforcing Guyana's growing reputation for quality, efficiency, and service excellence. These developments are not incidental. They are the result of deliberate investments, strategic planning, and strong leadership aimed at positioning Guyana as a premier destination defined by authenticity, sustainability, and meaningful experiences. And events like the Guyana Festival are central to that strategy. Because tourism today is experience-driven, visitors are seeking destinations with authenticity and stories. They want immersive experiences. They want connection. And Guyana has something unique to offer the world. Over the next 3 days, this stadium will become a national showcase of Guyanese culture, creativity, and talent. Visitors will experience heritage villages, cultural showcases, and live demonstrations highlighting the traditions of our people, from African head wrapping and tibisiri craft to sari wrapping, pottery, traditional arts and craft, drama, poetry, and storytelling. We welcome the addition of the amusement park for the enjoyment of the children. The cultural zone and culinary village will showcase the traditions of Guyana's 6 people through music, dance, fashion, and cuisine. The Taste of Guyana Culinary Village will offer authentic dishes representing the rich culinary traditions that make Guyanese cuisine so unique. And nightly entertainment will feature major experiences including the Night of Legends, the One Guyana concert, and the National Cookout Competition. Tourism, once defined under leadership in the 1980s as parasitic, now under the People's Progressive Party Civic, has a clear purpose. It must benefit people and communities. From the city to the savannas, to the rainforests, wherever our people reside, tourism must create opportunities for their livelihoods and preservation of their identity. And this festival, like all of the other events, was designed to create opportunities for entrepreneurs, artisans, performers, creatives, and small businesses. As Guyana develops rapidly, preserving our culture and national identity becomes even more critical. Development cannot be measured in roads, buildings, and economic growth. it must also be measured in how well we preserve our heritage, support our creatives, and strengthen national pride. This has been a mantra of President Ali. Tonight, the Guyana Festival demonstrates that Guyana is rising, not only economically, but culturally and creatively as well. I'd like to thank some people in closing who have worked tirelessly to make this event possible. The Ministries of Culture, Youth and Sport, Education, Amerindian Affairs, Local Government and Regional Development, Health, Agriculture, and many more. I'd like to acknowledge Minister Vindhya Prasad for personally choreographing the Indian segment of the opening ceremony and contributing to the setup of the Indian village. She stayed with me until midnight last night to ensure that everything was working and perfect for tonight's opening ceremony. And this collaboration here at the Guyana Festival just really demonstrates the mission of President Ali to demonstrate our oneness, how we come together as a family, as a government, to ensure that everything that we do, we execute it together and for the benefit and enjoyment of all our people. I'd like to thank other government agencies, the Guyana Fire Service, the Guyana Police Force, GPL, GWI, Guyana Defense Force. I would also like to express my gratitude to our private sector partners, including Impressions and Star Party Rentals, and all the men and women who spent sleepless days and nights on the ground to prepare this venue. Special thanks to all the cultural groups and performers from across the country who responded to the national call, especially those groups who came from other regions. To the organizing committee and the entire Mintic family, our generous corporate sponsors, exhibitors, volunteers, and partners, thank you for your hard work and support. Your commitment has helped to bring this important national initiative back to life. To our diaspora family, welcome home. To our visitors, welcome to Guyana. And to every Guyanese, I encourage you to take pride in this moment and in your country. The Guyana Festival is back, and its return signals a country embracing its identity, showcasing its culture, and confidently stepping onto the world stage. Happy 60th, Guyana. Thank you very much and enjoy the festival.
Thank you very much, Minister Suzanne Rodriguez, Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce. And you know, essentially what Minister was saying just now is what we've heard over 60 years. 1-1, Dottie.
They're not ready for it, Michelle. Let's try that again.
Okay. So Minister said that so many people came together to make this weekend a success, right? And I know you couldn't come up in a Guyanese household if you didn't hear those words. 1-1, Dottie. Now we're sounding good.
Sounding good.
If you now been come, oh man, I'm so proud of them. All right, so we continue with the opening ceremony this evening. As Minister said, there is so much in store, not just tonight, but tomorrow, and all of Sunday. But for those persons with those passports and they want to know, well, what are the prizes up for grabs tonight?
Yeah, so tonight, Friday, May 15, up for grabs. So you have to ensure that you have your passport. We've been pushing the passports. It's available at all the entrances here. And the drop-off boxes are also at the entrances at the National Stadium here. So for tonight, we'll be doing a draw for one Unecto Bolt phone. This also comes with 1 month's data plan from eNet. A dinner for two at a Michi. Everybody likes a Michi? Oh, I hear somebody say yes right on the stage. One Google TV from Courts Guyana, and also 2 Caribbean Airlines return tickets. So it's a lot up for grabs on just night 1 of the Guyana Festival. So ensure that you get your passport. It looks a little something like this. It looks like an actual passport. And once you go into the passport, all your vouchers and coupons are there. You fill up your details, your first name, your last name, email address, and telephone number, and drop it into the boxes provided so that you can perhaps walk away tonight with the Unecto phone. You like UNECTO?
I like everything that you just called there, man. But the BYD is what everybody is talking about.
Yes.
So they say they come in tonight to buy the passport. They come in tomorrow again to buy another set of passports. And then on Sunday, they are tripling their chances of winning. For $5,000, you can get a car valued how much?
$5.5 million.
So it's not too late, everybody. If you haven't gotten a passport as yet, you be sure to pick up those passports. There's a tent just at the entrance, and you can get your Guyana Festival passports. It allows you entry into all of the events that we have mentioned. But now, we continue with our program, and already there is so much of richness in terms of our culture. But also, as we celebrate 60 years, we know that Guyana has stood proud, sovereign, and free, a nation that was built on courage and discipline. And so, we now present to you, and we do so as we pay tribute to the men and women in uniform whose service, whose sacrifice, and whose contribution and dedication continue to safeguard our nation. Now prepare yourselves for a stirring display of pageantry and patriotic pride.
Yes, let's put our hands together as we welcome center stage, the Joint Services Band for the Military Band Display. band who was under the leadership of Senior Sergeant Leon Young, Drum Major Lieutenant Colonel Joel Abrams, leader of the police band Superintendent Matthew Joseph, Deputy Superintendent Michelle Major, Assistant Superintendent Murray Rodney, and Drum Major Corporal Delisa Plath. Let's give a big round of applause for our men and women in uniform.
Those of you who came for the opening ceremony and then you say, well, it's Friday night, we're going to spend a couple of hours here at the National Stadium. We've got some good Guyanese movies in store for you. We're going to throw back the years, make it all nostalgic. What's coming up tonight in terms of the movie theater?
So tonight at the Eldorado Theater, they're going to be doing Till They Find a Place. And there are several other movies. The schedule will be posted on the Guyana Festival Facebook page and across social media. So be sure to check that out. And of course, this evening as well, as the Ministry of Tourism and Ministry of Commerce, in collaboration with the Gem Theatre Productions, they present Reflections, Guyana at 60. This is written by Jem Madu Nascimento and directed by Russell Lancaster. This comes your way just about 8 p.m. It's a drama, Reflections at 60, an educational and historic play. So be sure to check that out as well.
We do encourage our school children, our young people, all of you, let's participate in as many of the activities that's on offer this weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, our Diamond Jubilee celebration is certainly a good opportunity to remind us of how far Guyana has come. From humble beginnings of a nation rising confidently on the world stage. A nation that's now powered by unity, strengthened by the diversity that we are enjoying and seeing before our eyes tonight and across our 10 regions. So ladies and gentlemen, I now invite you to please stand as we warmly welcome His Excellency, the President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, to deliver the feature presentation at the opening ceremony of Guyana Festival 2026, hosted by the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, as we celebrate 60 years of independence.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Please have your seats. Thank you. Our dear Prime Minister, the Speaker of the National Assembly, members of Cabinet, members of the diplomatic community, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce for the fine work it has done in arranging the Guyana Festival 2026. I know it took a lot of planning, a lot of hard work, and a lot of prayers also to pull off this event. But when you consider what Guyana Festival represents, I'm sure you will agree it is worth it. I was asked to speak on the theme of song, soul, and taste. And this is excellent, because in Guyana, even our arguments sometimes come with rhythm, seasoning, and a little extra spice. The Guyana Festival is one of the many activities held to commemorate Guyana's 60th independence anniversary. 60 years ago, our flag, the golden arrowhead, was raised for the first time. When Guyana became an independent nation, that moment did not only change our country's political status, more importantly, it represented the beginning of a new journey as one people, one nation, and with one destiny in mind. 60 years onwards, the journey continues. It has not been a perfect journey. We have had our setbacks and our pains. But recall May 26, 1966 as an important date in our country's history, because it was then that we declared that we would no longer be defined by colonial rule, but by our national identity. Despite our cultural diversity, we would be Guyanese, building a united nation. The 60th anniversary of Guyana's independence is therefore a time for recommitment to unity, a recommitment to inclusion, a recommitment to the idea of one Guyana, not as a slogan, but as a lived reality. The next 4+ years of my presidency will be dedicated to finding the soul of our country, building upon the soul of our country, the soul that is defined by love, faith, and unity, a soul in which all of us find a place in which we are comfortable, a place in which we exercise patience, hope, and faith, and a place in which Guyana, our home, is a place we will always celebrate. If there is one defining feature of Guyana, it is our cultural diversity. I would like to say that it is our greatest asset. We are a people shaped by many histories, many journeys, many cultures, and many traditions. African, Indian, indigenous, European, Chinese, Portuguese. Each group brought with it pain, resilience, creativity, and culture. And yet, for too long under colonial rule, that diversity was not allowed to blossom into unity. Instead, it was massaged and manipulated to keep our people divided. Colonial rule engineered division, deliberately so. It constructed social hierarchies, encouraged competition for scarce resources, and embedded mistrust where cooperation should have flourished. Colonialism did not leave us divided by accident. It left us divided by design. Division allowed us to be dominated, ruled, and controlled. But independence liberated us from that state. We are no longer bound by that design. 60 years after independence, we are called to complete the work that was started in 1966. We are called to heal a nation. And as part of that healing process, we must ask ourselves, what does it mean to be independent if we are still imprisoned by inherited suspicion? What does it mean to be sovereign if we are still fragmented in spirit? The promise of independence was never just political freedom. It was the possibility of the emergence of a new society, one in which our cultural differences would not be a source of division, but a source of strength. As we fast approach this 60th anniversary of our independence, I would like to invite all Guyanese to let this year's observance become a decisive turning point. Let it become a moment when we say that we will build together, or we will not build at all. No nation can progress when its people are divided against themselves. Let us use culture as a bridge. Let us use our multicultural heritage to celebrate and unite. Indeed, it is fitting that this 60th anniversary year, the Guyana Festival invites us to celebrate through the theme of song, soul, and taste. For in these three words, song, soul, and taste, we find the cultural expressions that are evidence of who we are. Song is our voice. It is a calypso, the chutney that tells our love stories, the music that carries our struggles, the indigenous chants that echo across our rivers and forests, and the gospel hymns that rise from the lips of our deeply religious populations. It is our music we hear in our music, we hear not fragmentation, but fusion. Soul is our spirit. It is found in our resilience as a people who have endured hardship and yet continue to hope. It is our festivals, our rituals, our storytelling, and our collective memory. Our soul is not confined to one group. It is shared across all groups, woven together by history and survival. Taste is our hospitality. It is pepper pot and roti, cook up rice and chow mein, metabji and curry, cassava bread and bacon saltfish. Our cuisine tells a story more powerful than any textbook. It tells us that diversity does not weaken us, it enriches us. When we bring song, soul, and taste together, we're simply not hosting a festival. We're telling the world, this is what a united multicultural society looks like when it embraces itself fully. And this is what One Guyana is about. The idea of One Guyana must not remain an aspiration. It must become the operating principle of national life. Or One Guyana means that no child feels excluded because of their name or background. No community feels left behind in development. No citizen feels that opportunity belongs to others but not to them. No group feels that recognition is selective or conditional. One Guyana does not erase difference. It transforms difference, refusing to accept our diversity as fault line, and instead making it into a foundational principle of our national identity. Through One Guyana, we say that unity is not sameness. Unity is respect for differences. Unity is respect for diversity. Unity is dignity for all. If history has taught us one thing, it is that we cannot erase our past. We cannot deny our history. But we can leave behind that which stifles our future as One Guyana. As we celebrate 60 years, we must be honest about what we must leave behind. We must leave behind the politics of suspicion, the habit of ethnic comparison and hatred, the temptation to define national progress as a zero-sum game where if one side wins, the other side loses. The belief that one group's advancement requires another group decline. These are not the habits of a modern nation. They're echoes of an old order we should have already outgrown. And let us therefore put these behind us and be brave enough to say that we will honor our independence by relegating these habits to the dustbin of history. And yet, even as we resolve to turn away from these remnants of the past, we would recognize that history does not simply disappear by decoration alone. It is precisely at this moment of transition, when we seek to close one chapter, that we open another, one shaped not only by what we leave behind, but by the opportunities now before us. Never before in our history have we had the resources, the global attention, and the economic possibilities that we now enjoy. But prosperity alone does not guarantee unity. In fact, prosperity without social cohesion can deepen division if not carefully managed. That is why this 60th anniversary is so important. It is a reminder that development must be inclusive if it is to be sustainable. And my government is committed to ensuring inclusive and sustainable development. We are committed to ensuring that the benefit of national growth are widely shared, fairly distributed, transparently delivered, and collectively celebrated. Because when development is inclusive, unity becomes natural. When development is exclusive, division becomes inevitable. If politics has been a source of division, then let us use this 60th anniversary to ensure that culture unites us. And this is why the Guyana Festival is not decorative. It is essential if culture is to become a bridge of unity. Let this Guyana Festival allow us to experience each other, not as strangers, but as neighbors, not as competitors, but as contributors. When we eat together, dance together, sing together, and celebrate together, we begin to understand we are becoming one Guyana in ways deeper than we can often admit. Culture is therefore not a side attraction of national building or nation building. It is a part of the main story of nation building. Culture is a central pillar of nation building because it gives a society its shared identity, values, and sense of belonging. While institutions and infrastructure shape the physical and political structure of a country, culture shapes the emotional and psychological bonds that hold people together. Through music, food, language, traditions, and storytelling, culture allows citizens to recognize themselves in one another, even across differences. Today, we were reminded of that in a deep and profound way. All day, my phone was going off with text messages. Social media was abuzz. All of Guyana was united around why is Moti going to a different team. That tells us how culture and sport can bring us together. And whilst we know this was an open bid, and he was, what we will say, he fell to his own success. Because of the success he now celebrates, he was bought at the opening round of the bid. And you can't get all of the Guyanese at the opening round because everyone have a choice. But that is a striking example of how sports, the investment in sports, brought all of Guyana together today, shouting in one voice for a passion they shared jointly. This evening, I want to make a special appeal to our young people. I want to say to them that you're not responsible for the division of the past. I want to repeat that. I want to make a special appeal to our young people. I want to say to them, you are not responsible for the divisions of the past, but you hold a responsibility for the unity of the future. Do not inherit old prejudice. Do not serve your generation. Do not use these prejudices to serve your generation. Do not repeat old arguments that do not build new futures. Do not allow the past to define the limits of your imagination. Instead, become the generation that finally makes one Guyana real at home, in our schools, workplaces, communities, and in the relations we build with persons of other ethnicities. I place my trust in you, young Guyana, our young people. You are the generation that can turn diversity into destiny. Let us therefore use this moment not only to celebrate how far we have come, but to commit ourselves to how far we still must go. Let us celebrate our independence by celebrating each other. Let us celebrate our diversity as a treasure to be embraced. Let us commit ourselves to a Guyana where song is shared, where the soul is united, and where taste is a reflection of our collective readiness. Let us celebrate this 60 years by going back to owning the dream of 1950, by going back to fulfilling the dream of 1950. The dream of 1950 was a united political order. As your president, I look forward to coming back to the dream of 1950 and realizing the dream of 1950 when our political order will be united, when we will stand on one single footing, when we will share one single pillar of development and progress. The dream of 1950 is erasing, I'm not asking you to clear your memory, but erasing the pain and penciling back the future. And above all, let us build a nation where one Guyana is not a dream deferred, but a work in progress. With those sentiments, it gives me the greatest pleasure to formally declare open the Guyana Festival 2026. I thank you and God bless all of you. Love, unity, faith, hope. Let that be the words that take us forward. Nothing is impossible with love and unity. Let love be the guiding principle. And oh Guyana, do not lose your faith. Do not lose your faith. Do not lose your faith in what created us, what gave us this place that we call home. Faith, hope, and love are essential pillars of family, community, and nationhood. Thank you, and God bless all of you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali. Raise those golden arrowheads as high as you can. Beautiful. And all that our president shared, we are preparing to witness it on stage in just a moment as we get ready for a grand cultural display featuring over 100 of our young, creative Guyanese.
And of course, Michelle, just a stone's throw away from the National Stadium here at Providence, beautifully illuminated is the Barajagio Demerara River Bridge in the colors of our beautiful golden arrowhead. So I know those online might have seen the spectacle, but as you walk around the venue, just take a look over your shoulder and you'll see the colors wonderfully illuminating the bridge here on this opening ceremony of the Guyana Festival.
Absolutely. And so we're allowing the president a moment to wish the cultural participants the very best because they are getting ready to take to the stage. I'm sure they listened attentively to his call that it is going to be the young people, the change makers, the next generation of visionary leaders. And so, young people, Guyana is in your hands, and so we thank His Excellency the President. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we, all of you here at the National Stadium, and those of you tuned in virtually, we are preparing to witness and to showcase the sounds, the colors, the movements, the stories of our nation. All that the President said is about to come alive now with the crowning of the nation, featuring a cast of over 100 young people. We will see our national identity creatively displayed through dance, music, and poetry. The beauty of our land, water, forest, animals, flowers, all being highlighted this evening. Our festivals, our traditional marriages, neighborly living. Welcome to the crowning of a nation, our grand cultural extravaganza at the opening of the Guyana Festival 2026.
Let's give a warm welcome to our performers.
golden arrowhead. Mama, mama, mama. All GT Massive and crew, where are you? Where are you? If you're present, represent. If you're present, represent. Represent. Sing out. From Guyana, mash it up. To Canada, mash it up. From Ituni, mash it up. To Miami, mash it up. From Buxton, mash it up. To Brixton, mash it up. From Leghorn, mash it up. To London, mash it up. Hear them arrowhead. I love my golden arrowhead. If you feel it in your heart, then you get me through your part. Arrowhead. I love my golden arrowhead. From the land of many waters come people of different cultures. African, Indian, American, Chinese, Portuguese, coming together in harmony. One people, one mission, one destiny. Arrowhead, I love my golden arrowhead. You feel it in your heart, if it came me through your part. Arrowhead, I love my golden arrowhead.
Oh, beautiful Guyana, oh, my love
it's a good production.
So here we are under the stars, dreaming of this El Dorado gold. And truth be told, there's a fire in my soul, one that burns so bright it cannot be controlled.
Welcome to this place that I call home, El Dorado, where the sun kisses your soul. El Dorado, a place of natural beauty, from sea to shining sea, the myth's been told. This is El Dorado's gold. But legends spoke of a hidden place where fortune lies and explorers chase. But what we found, though this might be true, the greatest treasure in El Dorado is me and you.
Welcome to this place that I call home, El Dorado, where the sun kisses your soul. El Dorado, a place of natural beauty, from sea to shining sea, the myth's been told. But this is El Dorado's gold.
The pride and the principles, so dear we each do hold, has molded great character. This word is waiting gold.
So let's strive to guard this hidden treasure the world is yet to see.
Welcome to this place that I call home, El Dorado, where the sun kisses your soul. El Dorado,
A place of natural beauty, from sea to shining sea, the myth's been told. But this is El Dorado's gold.
the myth's been told. This is El Dorado's gold. The myth's been told. This is El Dorado's
All in the eyes of the Lord above. Protect my Guyana and keep her strong. So much has changed from what I used to see. In my heart she flies like she's meant to be. A country of beauty and natural bliss, filled with memories I sure so miss. And I sing this with humbleness, thankfulness, your preciousness. Guyana, 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 Guyana. I clearly remember the rustling of sugarcane leaves as a cool breeze passed by, reminding us of the freedom we all share.
आज भी रज में हो आज भी रज में आज भी रज में होली है रसिया
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 रे होली रे रसिया बरजोरी रे रसिया
होली रे रसिया बरजोरी रे रसिया
आज भी रज में होली है रसिया
आज भी रज में होली है
हो
रसिया
अपने अपने घर से निकली
अपने अपने घर से निकली
ओ अपने अपने घर से निकली
अपने अपने घर से निकली
कोई संभल कोई गोरी है रसिया कोई संभल कोई गोरी है रसिया आज भी रज में होरी रे रसिया
आज भी रज में होली है रसिया
आज भी रज में होरी रे रसिया
आज भी रज में होली है रसिया
Last night I dreamt of
하늘이니 무브로 데비연트하고 라그롱고 보브로 데비연트 우리시 라그롱고 보브로 우르공 유페 우르공 유페 우르공 유페 하늘이니 무브로 미네그라고 아노브동 볼흐나이 미네그 우리시 아노동 볼흐나이 우르공 유페 우르공 유페 우르공 유페 완느리니 무브루 아쿠시 얌무세루 와이와이 얌무세루 렉나 얌무세루 둔노롱곤세루 우르공 유페 우르공 유페 우르공 유페 완느리니 무브루
tell you good night, good night, good night. We come tell you good night, good night, neighbor, good night. We come tell you good night.